Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is AckleyAttack4427 here, and welcome to another episode of WTPU, aka What the Pickup? Now, as you may recall, in the last episode of the show, which you can see right down over here, I talked about my Ivysaur amiibo that I got when I was at Retro Game Con not too long ago. That I kind of figure I would probably talk about in its own episode for sure. And yeah, I guess to me, I'm really glad that I actually got this one for sure. I think it turned out to be a really great amiibo that's worthy enough for me to add to my collection for sure. And yeah, I think they really did an impressive job with what I've actually seen up close and personal. And yeah, they really did deliver on that quite well, in my opinion, and I'm really glad that I actually got it. So yeah, you know me, I do love Nintendo, I do love Pokemon, and I do love amiibos, hands down. And I say this one is really well worth it in all three of those that I actually mentioned for sure. So yeah, but either way, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front. I'm really glad that I got this one for sure, and truly a nice one for me to pick up during this year's Retro Game Con for sure. So yeah, and not amongst plenty of others that I did pick up while I was there as well. So yeah, but then again, I did cover everything revolving around Retro Game Con this year, pretty much for what it is, and now I'll be quite curious to see if I'll get myself another amiibo at next year's RGC for sure. I mean, hey, that'll be on my radar for what conventions I'll go to in 2026, so. And I'm already getting a couple of ladybugs right now, but I'll take care of them for sure, so. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. If you want to check that, pretty much, yeah, if you want to check that episode out for yourself, then don't worry about a thing. There's a card over there over at the top right corner of the screen, as well as, of course, the link to it down the description box below. So yeah, whichever you prefer, go right ahead. I'll wait till you come back. Yeah, take all the time you need. I'll be here by the time you come back for sure. So no rush or anything. I'll just be here in my chair right up until you come back for sure. So yeah. And again, it is a really nice amiibo that I picked up very recently that I'm really proud to have alongside plenty of my other ones that I got. So I guess there's that. And yeah. again, I seriously need to think about playing everything out for my next convention, Kinshoku-Con, that's gonna be coming up, so... Well, I mean, hey, I guess probably by the time this episode goes live, I'm already hard at work on some promotional stuff that I'm hoping to get out right around this weekend for sure. So yeah. Hopefully, I think it'll go pretty well, and I'm excited for when that convention comes around for sure. So that's gonna be a whole lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. And I think I'm pretty sure you did get pretty much on the whole Niagara Falls bit from the Three Stooges that I did a couple episodes ago. So yeah. I think it's probably the only thing I can actually think of for the time being, so... Alright, I guess seeing how you did already see the last episode of this show, we might as well go ahead and start up this episode as we normally do. Well, I guess it's after what I've been through talking about a couple of episodes pretty much in relation to this year's Retro Game Con. I think it's time to go back to basics for, of course, this one. At least for a little while for the time being. And, well, surprisingly enough, if you may recall, last month I did talk about some brand new models that I actually got very recently that I decided to add into my Bachmann Hornby Thomas models collection for sure. And surprisingly enough, you're gonna be in for quite a surprise. We actually got a brand new one for sure. So yeah, what is it, you may ask? Well, I'll reveal it right now. So yeah, what I actually got right here is, of course, a brand new model that I actually got very recently, and that being, of course, on the SR 20-ton brake van that I got right here in my hands, as, of course, it's made by Hornby for sure. So yeah. Surprisingly enough, seeing how it's been well over a month, I think it's time to talk about another Hornby model that I actually got very recently for sure. Not counting pretty much the Hornby James Express coaches that I actually talked about earlier this month that I got well over a decade ago for sure. But yeah, you kind of get the idea, of course, that front. So yeah, pretty much got this straight off of eBay not too long ago, completely using everything, hence why pretty much there are a couple of things that are chipped off for the time being, but hey, I'm sure I'll go more into depth on that pretty much as we talk about this for sure. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about this one. Alright guys, it looks like we actually got the Hornby SR 20-ton brake van right in front of us, and yeah, I think it makes sense to finally go in depth with, of course, that model for sure, because let me tell you, pretty much if anything, this is actually one of many models I got very recently that I was really quite surprised to actually find for sure. Because really think about this for a second. I know I've actually owned pretty much quite a few brake vans in my Bachmann Hornby Thomas collection as of now, and even ran a good number of them, of course, on my layout in quite a whole lot of my videos for sure. But honestly, the 20-ton brake van is one model that I never really actually have for sure. But luckily enough, seeing how this one we're seeing right in front of us is, of course, made by Hornby for sure. I think they really do seal the deal, of course, what they're actually providing hands down. And I'm pretty sure you may recall that I have been looking into, of course, getting a good number of models that I've been wanting to get that Hornby made when they used to do their Thomas & Friends range. And don't worry, I still plan on doing that for sure, as showcasing, of course, what I talked about the Hornby Goring Express coaches that I did right around over a month ago for sure. So yeah, but it's not just pretty much the Thomas & Friends range that I've been looking into as of recently. I've also been wanting to dabble into getting some Hornby models in general for sure. you name it, pretty much a great amount of models that Hornby actually made for sure, and still going on with it even to this day that I would love to have in my hands for sure. So yeah, that's something I've been wanting to explore more as of recently, pretty much while I still pursue on getting some new models that Bachman is currently making for their Thomas & Friends range as of now, So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So I guess for the sake of course, this 20-ton brake van that I actually got right here, yeah, I actually did get this used off of eBay for sure, to which, yeah, thankfully enough, the delivery time for that only took about a few days since after I ordered it, hands down, and the one thing I need to bear in mind, seeing how I did get this used, it looks like pretty much around the top, the chimney is, of course, chipped off, and, of course, one of the buffers is broken off for sure, and I think a bit of a scratch alongside the roof for sure, but yeah, those are the only, pretty much, those are pretty much the only two that I've actually spot hands out, but the rest actually still looks quite nice for sure, and well, if you have seen my episode talking about the Hornby Goring Express coaches, I actually did say that I think you can find something of value of course, of any model for sure, even if they're already used, and I can definitely make the argument, yeah, I can definitely make the same argument for, of course, this one for sure, yeah, it does have a couple of parts that are broken off for sure, but I think it is still valuable for sure, and it actually does have some really good detail and aspects to it that I really do love and admire for sure. And with, of course, what I'm seeing with, of course, this one from what I can gather, I think it really does fit the, pretty much fit the deal, of course, that one, So yeah, stepping aside from all that, looking over everything in full for sure, I will admit the shape of course, the 20-ton brake van from what I've actually seen actually does look really nice. I'm not gonna lie, it really is far different from, of course, the other brake vans that we actually got pretty much beforehand. But I really do like what they actually have provided for sure, and yeah, I think with, of course, what I'm actually seeing, I really do think they actually really is quite nice. And even the paint scheme from what I can gather with, of course, brown being alongside the sides, and, of course, pretty much a nice orange, like maroon type of color, of course, the front and back for sure. I really do think is actually very creative for sure. And even the detail, I have to say, really is quite nice from what I can gather. Like, of course, we have SR on both sides for sure, to which probably, I think, to my knowledge, I think it maybe stands for Southern Railway from what I can gather. And, of course, going alongside pretty much this, right around this left corner over by one of the doors for sure, it does actually have a number plate pretty much agging for sure, to which in this case is 55918, So yeah, details like that, including some ones that are really small that they have to incorporate in for this being a 00 gauge for sure, I really do think is actually quite nice for sure. And even the pretty much the handbrake, to which I assume pretty much looking inside, according to the lighting for sure, I will admit that's also a really nice bit of a detail that they actually added in, So yeah, but you kind of get the idea from what I can gather. So yeah, I think with, of course, what I'm actually seeing, I really am digging, of course, what they actually did for, of course, pretty much this brake van from what I can gather. And I really do think they really did a spot-on job from what I can gather that I really do think is actually quite admirable in such a way, So yeah, but that's at least what I can say on that front for sure. Now you might be wondering to yourself, how will it fare up, of course, on my layout? Well, I did give it a few test runs prior to, of course, getting, of course, this one, but doing it for this episode for sure. That's exactly what we're going to dive into right now, so let's go ahead and head on back up to my layout and actually giving a massive test run. Alrighty then, well, looks like we're finally back up on, of course, my layout once again, and yeah, I guess pretty much in this case, much like with, of course, yeah, I guess pretty much much like what we normally do up here, looks like we're about to give the Hornby SR 20-ton brake fan a massive test run for sure. And what better way to actually pretty much get this thing going, to which, thankfully enough, I could go for any model that I actually got to help pull this. So I've decided to go for my Bachmann LBSC 70 Thomas for this case. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, that's pretty much why I decided to go for of course, this test run for sure, because, hey, makes sense, of course, that front. So yeah. Yeah, pretty much makes sense to have a Bachmann Thomas model pull a Hornby style brake fan for sure. So yeah, I think I knew right away that I pretty much I knew I have to go for a model for sure to run pretty much of course my layout for sure, but hey, to each your own, I suppose. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything. Funny story actually, prior to, of course, making this episode, I did actually giving a massive run on my layout beforehand, with, of course, pretty much, yeah, quite a few times actually prior to, of course, filming this episode, and I gotta say, it actually works quite well, and I'm actually really thrilled that this brake van, as you can see here, really does work quite well, of course, my layout. So yeah, and that's the one thing I really do love and admire about these Hornby models for sure. Even though they're technically double O gauge for sure, they still work pretty well. Of course, RHO train sets for sure, to which I really do love and admire all the way. And yeah, I think it is really beneficial to, of course, all of us here in America for sure. So yeah. Pretty much having the idea of Hornby models blend in with, of course, our Bachmann Thomas models really does fit in well, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I guess with that being said, I think we shouldn't waste any more time, and luckily enough, I do have one of my speed controllers plugged in and ready to go for sure. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get Thomas running and see how this brake fan will do running on my layout. So here we go. All right, there we go. Looks like finally brought pretty much Thomas to a stop for sure. And yeah, looks like with what I'm seeing right here, yeah, actually still runs quite well. Of course, my layout for sure. And yeah, I think he pretty much did the job quite well, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm impressed with, of course, on the way he actually turned out for sure. So done pretty well running pretty much this brake fan around Thomas. Yeah, he is really well worth it. So So yeah, I think with what I've actually said, I think it would pretty much get you the idea on why I actually thought of this one overall. So yeah, I guess for what it is, I really do love on what they did with the Hornby SR 20-ton brake van for sure. I think it really is quite impressive to actually look at, and I really do think it is quite valuable, in my opinion, that I really do think works quite well on, of course, this layout. And yeah, like I said, seeing how I did get this used off of eBay for sure, there are already pretty much quite a few scratches, and of course the chimney and one of the buffers are of course broken off for sure, but hey, if I were to actually incorporate this for like a future video later on, maybe I think I might actually include a little bit that I actually did say, it's okay, that brake van is a bit of a fixer-upper, so yeah, maybe I might do that for a possible future video later on if I ever do incorporate this, hands down. But we'll have to wait and see later on down the road. But yeah, for what it is, I'm glad that I actually got this one for sure. And yeah, I'm really impressed with, of course, how well it turned out for sure. And I think that alone makes it a really great one for me to finally have for sure. So yeah, I think it's probably why I can't say, of course, that front. So yeah, either way, despite pretty much despite a few things that I actually did fine with it, hands down, I say this is definitely well worth the recommendation on my part, hands down. I really do think they really went all out with, of course, this one for sure, and I think Hornby did a really good job, of course, that one for sure. So yeah. It may be old, hands down, but it is quite golden regardless. Hence why we do know the old saying, it is an oldie, but a goldie for sure. So yeah, and I think that is probably the best way I can actually describe it for sure. So yeah, I think with all that said and done, I think that'll pretty much do it for, of course, this episode for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and by all means, let me know down in the comments down below on what you guys think of this one for sure. I would love to know on what you guys thought of this one. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and well, I guess it'll be pretty much I guess it's after talking about this one, I'll be quite curious to see on what I'll talk about next for sure. Could there be a possibility I might talk about another set of models that are going to be coming in very soon that I've also ordered off of eBay aside from this? Maybe, but you'll definitely have to wait and see later on. So yeah, they're probably already up as we speak, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, but until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up.
Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I'm posting on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTACTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.